From the top of the game to the bottom of the game and back to the top again, everything's coming up apples. Stuart, how are you?
Well, pretty good.
Let's start with this skinny kid with a golf bag that big around that came over to the then Nike Tour in 1995. Took 4 minutes to hit every shot and won the first tournament that he played in. Do you remember that kid?
I do. I was a little skinnier. I do remember that. That was Monterey, 95. I remember I had a 7-hole playoff with Rafael Alcon at the time. It took forever to play the playoff. I was so slow. But won and was just blown away.
And then very quickly, you're on the PGA Tour. Think about a time when you pinpointed that you knew you belonged on the PGA Tour.
I think it's hard to, it's probably your first win. Your first win, whether it's a small field, big field, or in between, you know that you've beaten some experienced players, some new players like yourself, but you've beaten a lot of good players. And that's probably the real test. You're looking at Fred Couples, you're looking at Greg Norman and these guys, and they're the legends. So, can I even mix it at all? But when you win your first event, that's probably the way to measure that, you have a game that is good enough.
And then your game went from there to far more than good enough. It went to President's Cup teams. It went to every World Golf Championship event for, 10 years, basically. 09 was decidedly your worst season on the PGA Tour.
I don't know whether it was a midlife crisis in a golf sense for me. Middle of my career, I don't know, it's like I just couldn't get my head around the game. The game seemed to taste different. I knew that I had enough talent to play better and putt better and do all these things, and I just sort of started to get out of my own way, which is the hardest thing to do in golf.
Are you a dissector? Do you dissect when things aren't going well? Or?
Well, I don't know my stats. I never look at my swing on video. You can Twitter me and you can tell me my stats if you want, because I don't really know. I don't really care, because when I'm standing over a ball, I don't want to know that 59% chance it's going left, whatever right.
What would you be doing if you weren't a PGA Tour player?
I don't really know. I don't have like a vote. I never graduated at anything, although I recommend everybody to get a graduation, good education. But I was a farmer. I grew up as a farmer. I love woodwork. I could be a carpenter, we call it chippy in Australia, or building, or I love motorsports, so something around that sort of thing. Would it be as satisfying? Probably would be. Wouldn't pay as good. Wouldn't have to worry, and I like working on the weekends, but this would be a job where I wouldn't have to, which I got used to lately doing that stuff. But I don't know. I have a really good question. Hopefully I was half decent at it.
And one of the best answers, I've asked that of everyone. Everybody comes up with something.
Are they exciting jobs, like a fighter pilot or anything like that? I don't know.
Jason Bone said he would have been a dentist.
A redneck dentist, really.
A redneck dentist. Thank you, Stuart.
Thanks, Johnny. Cheers, mate.
That's good stuff.